The first part of the last section of the final section of the wasteland, what the thunder said, is, as we have seen, a powerful description of the crucifixion of Jesus and the events preceding the crucifixion, effected with a few rapid, deft strokes. The crucifixion of Jesus and the events leading to it, including the arrest of Jesus, the trial of Jesus, the taking of Jesus to Pilate, have, down the centuries, exerted a strange fascination over Western artists. And this fascination has resulted in the production of great paintings, of great masterpieces. I have in mind such paintings as The Taking of Christ by the Baroque master Caravaggio, Ecce Homo, Behold the Man, by the Antwerp painter Quentin Messis, and Christ on the Cross by the Italian painter of the Quattrocento Fra Carnavale. It is quite possible that these paintings influenced T.S. Eliot while he was penning the first section, the first part of the last section of The Wasteland. If this is true, it is a good exemplification of how masterpieces in one realm can influence masterpieces in another realm. How masterpieces in one art form can shape masterpieces in another art form. In the penultimate line of the first part of the last section of The Wasteland, What the Thunder Said, the speaker declares, "We who were living are now dying. We who were living are now dying." The second part of the last section of The Wasteland amplifies on this statement and also offers an explanation of this statement. The second part of the last section of The Wasteland, What the Thunder Said, is a fairly detailed description of a desert in which there is no water. There is rock, there is sand, but there is no water. If there were water, we should stop and drink. If there were water, we should stop and drink, but there is no water. The rocks stand like decayed teeth that cannot spit. There is the sound of thunder, but even the thunder is sterile, and the thunder does not bring rain. The faces are sullen, the faces are red, the faces are hostile, the faces sneer and snarl, and the houses are rather huts than houses, and there are cracks on the mud walls of the houses. On the whole, we get a terrible picture of a desert, of a sterile desert with absolutely no water, inhabited by a suffering population which experiences deprivation and penury. This desert recalls the desert of sin in the Holy Bible, in the Old Testament, in Exodus 16, where the Israelites find themselves. This desert also recalls the kingdom of the fisher king, which has become a barren desert, and where Persephone finds himself in his quest for the Holy Grail. Above all, this desert represents the contemporary Western world, which has become a spiritual desert because of its moral depravity, its ethical degeneration, and its sexual perversion. We often say that William Wordsworth is the greatest nature poet in English. I would argue that T.S. Eliot is one of the great nature poets of the English language, and this contention is based on the strength of passages such as the one under discussion. Please take one more look at the passage. There is no doubt that it is a brilliant description of a parched desert, of a desert with absolutely no water. The second part of the last section of the wasteland and passages such as this buttress the claim of T.S. Eliot to be one of the finest nature poets in Anglo-American literature. Further, it can be stated that the passage under discussion has remarkable potential for interpretation along eco-critical lines. The second part of the last section of the wasteland presents a prophetic picture of what would happen to our world if we continue to overexploit nature. It can be read as a prescient warning against mindless development and senseless exploitation.